It's Chris from Monkey Media, and I'm here today to talk to you about the fat funnel. What does it mean and why do you need one? If you're in a niche B2B industry like water, energy, infrastructure, mining, local government, etc., you're dealing with a relatively small and finite number of prospective customers. If they don't need your products today, they probably will one day. And that's why your approach needs to be different to the mainstream approach. And that's why you need what we call the fat funnel. In traditional consumer marketing, at every step of the funnel, the buyer is either a yes or a no. And if they're a no, they're considered out of the funnel. If you're in the market for a pair of shoes or a new car or a plumber, either you make a decision and go with you or you go with somebody else. But in B2B, the answer is often either a yes or it's a not yet. And that's why you need to take a long-term approach to capturing and nurturing those leads in your fat funnel. So here's a typical sales funnel where people move through the different stages of being unaware and then more specifically aware of the problem, of your solution and of your product, and hopefully ultimately becoming customers. Now, a lot of marketing is focused around that bottom pointy end of that funnel. People who already know who you are, they're searching for you, they're looking on your website, you're capturing them on your contact page and things like that. And of course, you want to make the most of people who already know who you are and want your products. But there's so much opportunity if you can target people within your niche who are at that top stage of the funnel. There's many more people there who may be unaware of what you do or what the problem that they have that you can solve for them is, but they're broadly relevant and could be customers one day. At that top level within your niche, there are people who are unaware that they even have a specific problem or what your solution is. So what are people who are at this level doing? They might be reading trade journals, browsing websites, going to trade shows, scrolling through LinkedIn. The next stage down, people are aware they've got a particular problem that they need to solve. They might not know who's going to solve it or how, but they know there's something, so they start to become more proactive. They're searching online around their general problems, looking for answers. At the next stage down, you've got people who are aware of the solution. So they've gone from knowing about the problem to knowing how they want to solve it. They know they need a particular product or service, and they get to that stage where they're searching for more detailed technical information. They're comparing different options to make a decision. At that final stage, they're aware of your specific solution. And at that stage, they might be browsing your website and ideally contacting you. So what can you do to engage people who are at that unaware stage? You can capture their attention with some good branding, with thought leadership content and things like that. If you want to get them opting in and contacting you, you can't just rush ahead and say, book a demo today for this product that they might not really know that they need. You've got to take it up a few steps. A white paper, an ebook, a webinar, something that deals with a topical industry issue that's relevant to that niche. You can lead them from that to eventually understanding your solution, but you've got to get them in where they're at first. At that next level down where they're aware of the problem, that's where you start talking about content based around understanding their pain points, understanding their problems. Don't just get straight to your solution, talk about the different options for solving that problem. Then when people are aware of the solution, that's where it gets a bit easier. That's where you'll have content such as case studies, technical information, make sure that anyone who searches that the web is rich with that sort of info, so when they're comparing, you're there. At that final stage, it's just about making it easy for them to get in touch, whether it's through the website or a call or anything else. You want to smooth that path to hear from them. So with the fat funnel, if people don't move from one stage to the next, that doesn't mean that they're out of consideration. It just means that they're there for the longer term. So you want to find ways to keep in touch with them as well. Often with automated nurture tracks, you can have some short-term tracks when someone initially downloads a white paper to really load them up when they're interested. Going from there, you can switch them on to, say, a monthly newsletter. You've got to make it topical and relevant so that if they're not looking again to buy that day, it's still worth their while reading it. They're not going to unsubscribe, but it just is a great way to keep in touch with these people longer term. And then bit by bit, your fat funnel will grow, and it will grow fatter. And every bit of marketing that you do, whether it's search, magazines, trade shows, social media, they can all feed those leads into that fat funnel. And it's a great way when you do that of really ensuring you get the measurable return investment as well. Once these leads are in your fat funnel, eventually they'll start to convert. It might take months, it might even take years, but if you're in business for the long haul, the fat funnel is the best thing you can do, the best long-term sustainable marketing strategy. The best time to start building your fat funnel was 10 years ago, but the second best time to start is today.